encourages to create more, right? Due to this big positive feedback. So as we have promised previous lecture is that we're going to provide some hash function lessons. We're going to look at RSA. How does that look like? Diffie-Hellman key exchange. So I have prepared some exciting examples that we can use. So yeah, let's start with that one because why not? Let me just share my presentation with you guys. Okay. Da-da-da. That's so cool. Yeah, we had yesterday we had token launch. We launched mainnet. So that was some exciting times for us. So yeah, let's do slideshow presentation. Okay. Check. I don't know. Do you guys see my screen right now? Or not yet? Hmm. Okay, let me try again. Do we see it now?
Yes.
Okay. So for those who might not have joined last time, my name is Milica. I'm DevRel engineer at ZK Verify, and I'm also doing a PhD in zero knowledge proofs. So last time we have covered modular separations. We had talked about cryptography and why is it essential in modern world of communication, history of ciphers, right? And we did some exciting ciphers like Vigenère cipher and all the ones like Caesar ones we have seen. Uh, um, we have seen how the old ones look like. We have tried some of them, both on paper and online. So now it's time for more exciting stuff. But previously, do you guys have any questions? If some of you have tried at home using the tools I gave you, do you have any questions regarding that? Okay, so I see people doing this. It would mean no, right? Let me just check the chat. Okay, so it's okay, super cool. So um, nothing that we need to talk about. Okay. So, what are we going to do today? What is our agenda? First of all, what is hash? We'll try to calculate hash. I'm going to go through some bitwise operations for all of us to see, it's important for you guys to see which ones are reversible and recoverable, which ones are not. We're going through symmetric cryptography, key exchange, and then we'll have some wrap up and QA time. Okay, so yes, so why does it matter that we have cryptography? Mostly, yeah, it's data security, privacy, which we all root for, especially in these times of super surveillance that we have seen around the world, people losing access even to their bank accounts due to their opinions that they had on some topics in society. We have seen that, and I think it was Canada and truck drivers. They were protesting, and the next thing they know, their assets were frozen. So it can be really, really challenging to maintain privacy and free speech. Yeah. These past few weeks were very interesting in the EU because we had some proposition that from I think it was von der Leyen to be able to decrypt all the messages within the EU, and people didn't really like it, right? So yeah, it's really important so that we can have private chats. So as we can have private chats somewhere in some at some island, just expressing our feelings or telling our deepest secrets to someone else. Let's say we're having online sessions with psychotherapists, right? We don't want whole the world to know, how we feel and what are we going through, except that one special person or our doctors, or there are so many sensitive data that we might want to protect. And yeah, so next thing is, when I'm sending you the message, let's say, or Telegram or somewhere else, you want to be sure that that's me actually on the other end and not someone else trying to do some phishing on you, like we had the previous day, because it's the mainnet. When the mainnet approaches, all kinds of people trying to make you click this link because it will double your profits or something like that. Never do that. So yeah, in the end, why cryptography matters is because we're having blockchain, and blockchain is operating on cryptography, and yeah, so people are not people do not have a say in it, and it's censorship resistant. Who here knows about bitwise operations? Okay, I see Hartung. Someone else? Okay, I see. It looks like a third of the people are familiar with that, and the rest, or like we're close to half. The rest of you guys are not so sure. Okay, so this table is full. I think I'll need to use the pen and paper method. So let's try. So we're going to make sort of a grid, let's say let's say our inputs are 0. Let's say we have input A, we have input B, right? And this is the output area. Do you see that? Or like wiggly? Okay. Ciao, Jacob. I'll try something else. Let's see. This work. Okay. This will be much better. Let's try with much better, right?
Much better.
Super cool. Okay, so let's say like this is our input A, this is our input B, and we're doing AND operation. Okay. So here we have 0 and 0, and AND says that the output will be 0. So this is like the truth table of whole computer science behind it. It says that when one input is 0, the other is 1. This will also end up in 0. The same goes here. This goes to 0. Only if both of them are 1 and 1, it will end up in 1. So this is your truth table, right? This was my favorite part of electronics, the digital electronics one, and I'll never forget it. I had the best teacher. Yeah, so this is AND function. So if you don't know it by heart, you might want to write that down. Okay, so everything is zero unless both of them are true. Something similar, but very different, is OR function. OR function is happy if we, it's, oh my God, I see now it's in reverse order because it's camera. Sorry. How to resolve it now? Okay. I'll try writing in reverse.
No, actually,
No, it was better the other way. Yes.
The other way was better. Then my camera was flipping. Okay. So
That's
yeah,
perfect.
my camera is flipped, so I was like, maybe I can write in reverse so you guys see it.
it would be amazing, by the way. Like, if you could do it in reverse order. Huge respect. Like,
Everything for science, right? So this is our truth table again. So it says like first is zero, second is zero, output is zero. That's it. Then we have 0 and 1 and said like this or says like either one or the other needs to be positive for this one to be true. So this is 1. 1 and 0 gives us 0, and 1 and 1 gives us 1. Okay. But so let's try having operations like this. Let's try with let's say 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, sorry, 1, 1, 1, 0. Let's say we want to do AND operation, okay? So let's try it. This is your starting values and tell me what you got.
everyone saying on the chat. Yeah. Maybe I can say it loud so that you don't have to check for the chat. 0.
Yeah, I see people are saying 0, 0, 1, 0. Don't hesitate to see better. Yeah. Yeah. So why do we have it? It says like when we have this is like adding like which integers that we have grown up in school with. So like it says like 0 and 0 when they add up. So and said like you are 0. When we have 1 and 1, we say like okay, it's positive. These two are negative as per table, and this is our result. Let's do the same ones. 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. Let's do this one. This operation. And someone needs to tell me what's the result and why. I see people are saying so. Who wants to explain it?
This is for AND or for or operation?
It is our operation right now.
Yes. So this one says like, okay, like 0 or 0 says 0, 1 or 1 says 1, 1 or 1, 0 or 1 is 1, and same here. So this is our result. But we have a special, very, very, very special function in cryptography that we really like and cherish. It's called XOR. or exclusive or. And we will write A, B, output. Too bad I don't have my table here so that you can see like everything, how it's written. But we have starting truth table. So what does XOR says? Exclusive OR says that it only recognizes output as truth if it has like one or zero. So in this case, it will be zero. And in this case, it will be zero because these two are the same. And in this case, it will be one. Only if they're different, we will have output truth. Okay. So let's try. Let's give it a try with A being. Okay. What will happen in this case? You guys have it in the chat. I see Oz and Devisha got it right. Happen as well. Almost everyone. So when we have 0, 0, 1, 0 with 1, 1, 1, 0, sort. It will say, I don't like this. This is going to be 0, right? Because they're looking the same. These ones too. XOR likes diversity, right? So it will take one only if they're different, if they have different inputs. But what happens is that this is very special example because XOR function is the only one that is self-reversible. So if we try reversing from here, we will end up at the same path. We don't have it. This is the only function in bitwise in logic operations that can do that, and none all the others are not able to do it. So if we say like we just get the output with one of the previous inputs, it will give the previous input, right? And if we do, let's say, we want to have something that's reversible to itself. Sorry. And also, let me write it another page. This is how you turn everything to zeros. Whatever you take, let's say 0, 1, 0, 1, and you want to add it to itself, 0, 1, 0, 1, you will end up with all the zeros. This is very important attribute component of bitwise operations. Yes, so let's try something. Let's try like any number like this one. Sort with itself. What will you get? Okay, so now, yes, we're gonna have all the zeros. Now you're going to XOR this one with this one. I have the smartest people here. Yes, it will preserve the input. Yes, super cool, super cool. All right. I think we got it. Are there any kind of questions with bitwise operations? They can be combined. It's important for you to get what is AND or and XOR, especially later for exercises around circom, because we're going to use it extensively there. And yeah, you have even negation and like all sorts of combinations, and you can even make electronic circuits out of them. And it's quite amazing field. But I want to just check, guys, like, are there any questions? Like, there are no stupid questions. We have all been there where there was something that's unknown to us, and I'll be happy that we clear everything out. I don't see any hands. Okay. Okay, I'm happy that everything is clear. Let's go to hash functions then. So has anyone actually used hash functions somewhere? Mm-hmm. Yes, Hatton?
Build the Merkle tree library. During that, I use hash function to hash the nodes and hash them together as witness.
Okay. Okay, super cool. So we have used hash for Merkle trees, super cool example, and very blockchain one. Rocio says for downloading files, for obtaining the proof that we have a correct one. That's also an awesome use of hash. Transactions as in where, Roberta? Passwords. Okay, so we have some knowledge around it. So yeah, it's perfect start. Okay, as transaction ID. All right, super cool. Okay, so what is important with hash functions, and also why they are so effective, why are they practical? Because like whatever you put inside, you will have fixed size output. So even if it's like two letters, like let's say ZK, right? You will have the same size output based on the hash function size. So sometimes you will have 256, then you'll have 512, but it will always be the same output. What all of it means is that, even if you take whatever the longest book possible, I mean, the biggest book possible, like the longest sentences whatever you put inside, you will get the fixed size output. What is also important is that that function needs to be deterministic. So every time you put the same input, you should have the same output. They cannot be different. Otherwise, you would not know how to recreate the hash, right? And compare it. And why are we doing all of that? Because we want to have irreversible output. So that is something that we need to have, and one of the biggest properties. All right. The properties that a hash function needs to satisfy, I mean, collision resistance, of course, and avalanche effects. I will explain both of them, what they are. So what does avalanche effect mean is that you see these inputs that we have here, like fox or something else. We have the red fox jumps over the blue dog. If we say the red fox jumps over the blue cat, it should have a completely different hash, unrecognizable of what we have here, and it should be that you cannot recover what you have with hashes. Also, the collision resistance means that whatever we put, that it should not, like two different inputs should not result in the same output. Of course, it can happen. Theoretically, it can happen, but that's why we have these big hash tables and bigger sizes of the hashes, strictly because of that. We don't want that. But it's very rare, but yes, collisions can happen. You see here in this picture that some, let's say, like jumps over the blue dog, someone changed from V to U, and the outputs of the hash function, we call it digest, but it's for me, it's like I like to keep something simpler, especially for the beginning as we are now. But yeah, it's called digest so that it doesn't have to do anything with human body. It is actually something that the hash function has digested and gave you, right? So every time you get some letter out, or you change it, or you change the order, you get something completely different. So let's see, like from the second input, it starts with 0086. You change one letter in the middle of the sentence, it starts with 8, Then you change something else, it's FC, D3, etc. Right. So this is what we want to have. This is called the avalanche effect. Why avalanche? Because it said like, oh, you just change this small thing and you have a huge change in the end. That's why it's called the avalanche effect. Okay. Let me just move all the Zoom controls that I have on my screen. Some of the examples of the hash algorithms is so there is MD5, SHA-1, SHA-256, SHA-3, etc. I will not go into the details of how all of them work. And this is why, like, all of these hashes and most of the cryptographic functions, they rely on trying to cover their trails, let's say so. So you want to cover like what room you went through this building, and you just left some trails. So you will end up with electronic code book where like if you came, let's say, from one side, you will see like, okay, this electronic code book says I'm going to the other side, but I'm going to enter let's say elevator number 11 or something else, something like that. Or you will go to the cipher cipher blocks, and it will counters, and like you'll change and merge blocks. So it's like all the time it's like, hey, how can we complicate the life of hackers, right? So it's going to be very we want to make life very difficult for them, so they cannot uncover our secrets. But yeah, so for now, it's important for you to know that examples like this exist. Okay. So yeah, you guys told me that some of the times you have used hashes as for password storage. So when someone leaks the passwords, they just have hash, so they cannot do much with that, right? Even if they know even if they know that maybe they have used let's say SHA-256, it's going to be very, very terrible, difficult job for them to come to the original password and actually obtain all of your data. And that is the standard when you're storing passwords, but still some people, I don't know why, they store it in plain text, and then they're like hacked, and they were like, oh, we never thought it's going to happen to us. But that's why we have hash functions, and that's why we should use them. Because once you have input on your site with your password and your username and password, you want that to be you want to get the digest of it, and just compare it. You want that the database just compares it with their already existing hash, but not to store it. And yeah, I think Rocio told us for was it for downloaded files to do the integrity checking, digital signatures and blockchain, that's for sure. So you have all sides of application, right? Yeah, let's go to visual examples, right? Because why not? We are visual beings. That's why we have two eyes and one mouth and two ears, so that we can hear and see more than we can talk, which is obviously not the case today for me. But let's go. Let's go to this visual example. Let me check. I will copy this link for you. Okay. And send it to you to where is chat? I'll never be able to understand Zoom completely. Here. So let's try some examples like bootcamp, right? Because we now have it here. So this is the output that it gives us. You can use some other hashes. This is 256. And let's try with the big B and see how the output will change. You see, it's completely changed. Okay, so now it's up to you guys. Do you want to try it out? I would like to recommend it to you. So let's make hashes, let's say, of our names. You can post it in the chat. Mm-hmm. That's it. Check more of them. Okay. Okay, you can play with the tool if you want and see, maybe even send other people your own hashes and check it, compare it with the original messages. But yeah, like I would like to see if if we can do two hashes by hand. So just to see how it looks like. Let me just check one thing. All right. All right. Okay, let's before we go to explanations like how hashes work, we're going to go and compare hashes, for example, for cat. So why do we have it? Why do we have 16 in the end? It's because we took ASCII codes of cat and every letter, and because we want to sum it and to do the modulus in the end. We're going to do modulus at the very end, and we'll get from 216 modulus 100, we'll get 16. But let's try doing the same thing for these two words, a gentleman and elegant man, and let's compare it. I will write it down. So both of them should be with no capital letters, but it's a bit impossible here. Okay, so I'll put here you have it in chat. Please let me know when you got it. So the idea is to use the ASCII characters, add them up, and have a comparison between a hash of hash of a gentleman and then elegant man. So like first one, okay, let me just gentleman. The second one is elegant man. In S C Carol. In ASCII characters, method is addition. Method is addition, modules, hundreds. Here you go. Oz, can you recalculate the second one, the elegant man? Okay, so most of the people I see in chat said they got 84 in both. Can someone explain why?
Because both sentences uses the same letters.
Uh, you mean they're both of them are using, they have the same letters, right?
Yes.
And this is what we have. We have collision because we got acronyms. So we can do the same thing for cat and act or listen and silent. So yeah, but we will always have the same. Yeah, but this is like some of the examples where you can have collision if you're doing it by hand. Okay. Someone said, I think there are two different words. Yes. Yes, there are two different words. We just wanted to have, we just wanted to experience, I wanted to experience you that, I wanted you to experience the collision effect, which we got. Bravo for everyone who got it right. Yeah, let's go further. Super cool. I'm not sure that it's my screen. Where is it? Okay. So using notebooks and pencils, we got that because these are the acronyms, we got the same result, which is 84. Super cool. Okay. Yeah, so these are the two different words with the same hash, and that also means that our hash pool is if we have a smaller hash pool, but we can even try, yeah, we tried this one with the avalanche effect. But you can, always try to get, the collision that's going to be difficult, but with smaller hash tables, you will definitely got it. So yeah, let's see hash examples used in blockchain. This is one of my favorite examples of a blockchain demo. I will post this in chat. Just find chat. Where is chat? Ah, okay. It's here. It's not. Mhm. It's hidden. Zoom is hiding things from me. Yeah, so I want you to see the hash in action. So if you see like, okay, like whatever you try to change here with any data, boom, all the others are going to be red. There are like options here to calculate any hash, right? This is SHA-256. This is for mining the block. So it needs to find, in blockchain, it wants to have a first four zeros. So maybe you can, try it out and see when you're going to, oh, wow, we had 1 0 in the beginning. But it needs to mine to find such a digest in hash terms so that it has first four zeros as a digest, which is quite difficult. You can try it out, but it's not gonna work like this. I cannot mine it so good. But yeah, we can do it if we have functions. So here we need always to mine this one, and then since the previous let's say, okay, mine. So we have a previous hash here, starting 4 zeros, 12, etc. This is that one. right? And if we change it, because here we're using the previous hash as well for computing the other hash, then it's going to be something that's not going to be accepted, and we need to find more zeros and to mine everything. This is something that all the blockchains are using, and that's how the chain is created. So actually, chain is created with hashes. This is the prime example of hash usages, because we're using the previous hash to calculate the current one. First one is all zeros all the time. And then next time you need to use the block number, the nonce and data, and the previous hash to compute the new one. You need to calculate new hash. And especially like if you change something in the middle of the chain, you need to calculate all the rest, and your chain needs to be the longest to be accepted by blockchain. But since it's very difficult and people around the world are trying to find the same form of a hash, then it's usually you won't be able to send yourself 100 bitcoins, because why not? But yeah, that's the case. So here I think I got pasted. Yeah, I pasted this demo for you guys so that you can try it out yourself. But basically, this is what this is like the usage of hash, and why are we doing all of that? So let me see with hash. How does it like practically look like? Let's see. Maybe I can chart out something really quickly here. So you can imagine like, yeah, but when it's why would we have, why would we have the fixed, number of outputs, and like, oh, but maybe like someone can break it. How does it even work? Like, yeah, now we see it practically, but yeah, like, how does it even work? Where the practice of it? So I'll try to show it. Let's just stop sharing so that you can see my camera better. But I want you to imagine it this way. So let's try. Let's say that we have digits like this. Like this is maybe like the beginning state. 1 6 0 7 9 3. So this is like the state of zero, right? And this looks like those like padlocks, right? That we have when someone wants to lock their bike or something like that. Have someone seen something like that with these numbers that you have to move the dial in the proper place so that it unlocks? Yeah, I see people got it, right? So super cool. So you can imagine hash, like you got something here, and then this moves to position 3. This moves to whole circle, and then position 0, because we have the modulus, right? We're going to work within modulus 10 field, because we're going to have suitcases also have them. Bravo, Tanya. Yeah. So you can imagine like, okay, like we have one entry, and this moves to something like this. It doesn't look really relatable to the previous one, but then we got something else, and then it changes to, let's say, 1 8 5 6 4 2, and then it starts being unrecognizable from the previous one. You don't know what operations to go to, so that you can reach the original state and try. But yeah, like you maybe know the original state, but you don't know the operations, like what to do, right? So that's how it looks like. So like you just put some input, and like it kind of like it dances through all of the digits, and then you end up with something else, and that's essentially your hash. So this is like some simpler explanation of hash. But guys, how it works within, it's a lot of maths, but it has even some initial hash values, and some of them are consisting, let's say, 32-bit words. That are 8 of them, and especially for SHA-256. And the words are being, I think they're using fractional parts of square roots of the first 8 prime numbers, and all of that needs to be within the 32 bits. So they're taking the first 32-bit parts, and that's how it looks like. Yeah, so it's like quite a process, and then you have those initial values. And I don't want to get into all of that, because I think I will discourage out of how many participants we have here. Maybe one will stay and say like, okay, this is all right, but I want all of you to stay until the end of lecture, so that we can go through some smaller examples. Because what is the value of it if you go out, remembering, like fractions, 8 words, 32 bits, quadrat squares, first 8 primes, like, no. Even like last time, people were complaining that their brains are fried. We don't want that. I mean, we want it mid-fried, like medium rare. So yeah, let's go to some other examples. And with this we have wrapped hashes. Any questions?
So question is like, so there is an infinite number of function hashes that exist. We're just using SHA-256 because it's the best one, or because why is this one the most used?
So for now, it's SHA-3. I think it's SHA. Let me check. I can give you guys the list back of in the chat of the most secure hash functions. But why are some hash functions better than others? Is because of the collision resistance. The most. So yeah, let's say they have a bigger field, or like less chances of two different inputs ending up in the same hash.
So everybody currently use this one, or people still like choose different hash function in depending on what their use case is, or it's more like there is one best hash function and everybody goes with it?
Well, so there are like industry standards. Let's say SHA-3. It's the, I think it's like named after being the 3rd generation of secure hash algorithms. That's the abbreviation of SHA, right? So it's mostly, when we see something else has been proven to work better, then the whole industry will go after that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can develop your own hash function. Yeah, you can play around with it.
That would be cool.
Yeah, why not? There are Git repos with that to help you, especially I don't know, using Python, for example, so that people will find it easier. But you can use any language, and you will be able to get some hash function.
Mm.
Maybe you can invent some new industry standard. Who knows? Those hash functions are already open source. Yes. If you don't have it, I mean, for the public communication, if you do not have it on the other side, then it's not really useful. If you just obtain, let's say you're obtaining a file with the hash, and it says like this hash is produced using SHA-3. And if you do not know what SHA-3 is, or you do not have the possibility to calculate it, then you will not be able to check the authenticity of the file. Anything else?
I imagine that there is people that tries to break these hashes. So, but they probably can read a number and they don't know which hash algorithm was used. So they probably try out all of them, like brute forcing.
Yeah, there are people are trying to break apart blockchain as well in the same manner almost. But yeah, for now it's the difficulty is hard. John says if there's a script that can break SHA-256, yeah, maybe you can try finding something. I'm not sure about it, or if it's public, but you can always try making your own, right? Okay, any other questions, or we can go there? Birthday attack. Someone knows their stuff. Hatun, can you tell us about the birthday attack?
Oh, maybe I will try. I will try my best. As far as we know, we have an infinite amount of inputs in the hash function, and we are trying to map it in a finite set. So in some cases, there are some collisions, as we mentioned in the class. And in the birthday attack, we are not trying to find a specific hash value. Like I'm not trying to find for example, dev3 pack hash, but I'm trying to find two collapsed hash values. And the name actually come from a really cool problem, birthday problem. The problem asks that in a room, at least how many people should be in a room so that two people have the same birthday? Actually, maybe we can even try here, because the answer is surprisingly only 23, as I remember. I don't remember exactly, but it must be 23, because what you need to think about that you're not trying to find a specific birthday. You're trying to find two identical birthdays. So it is come from that. And yeah, in some cases, birthday attack can be used. Actually, I try to like not directly do the birthday attack, but while I was trying to hash values, I tried to find a special hash values with changing values inside of my input. So it is something like that. It is not too long. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, we can try it. If all of us write down our just then write the month and the date. Yeah, let's try.
Yeah, let me write my birthday.
We already got a match.
Yeah, and it's with me.
Wow.
That's so interesting.
Let's see if we're going to have another match.
Loop, almost. We were almost.
28th of October. Wow, so many people in October.
October season.
Who's in Deaf Connected? There is even the distribution of birthdays, like which one are the rarest and which one are the most frequent ones, and that is actually contributing to the birthday attack.
Yeah.
I think all the people have put down their birthdays, and yeah, maybe some people secretly didn't want their birthdays to be public. Super cool. Super cool. We are going to have someone in the Dev Connect dates. Yes.
With the cat.
Somehow has Dev Connect birthday. Super cool. All right. Keep the birthday secret. Okay, we can. Let's go further with our lessons. Okay, we have tried proof of work. We have tried to trick the hash to start with 4 zeros. We even tried birthday attack. Yeah, so we can go after hashes to symmetric cryptography. Yay! What does that mean? That means that you can use the same key to encrypt and decrypt a message. So let's say that your secret key, but like the problem is with that is that you have to find a way to share that key. So we have advanced decryption standards, and that's deprecated. These are the algorithms. Again, I don't want to get too much into them because yeah, you can find that you can see that they're like at some point they're using chain blocks for dividing parts of the message and then encrypting and then switching the places, adding some paths, getting back, storing them, doing all the functions that are reversible. That's why we had the XOR example. But yeah, these are the ones that if you want to take a look at them, they're quite advanced, but you can take a look. And if you have any questions why some method was done, including padding or something else, usually it's done to keep the length for operations the same. Okay. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can always reach out in the group and I'll be there to provide an answer. And if I do not know the exact answer, I will always try and find the proper solution for you. No worries. So yeah, we had with simple cryptographic methods and the ancient one and not so ancient ones like Richelieu cipher and Polybius square and everything we had last time. But we're going to try some advanced ones this time. I will get you the link. This one where you can try some advanced ones. Let's see the chat. Okay. Is there something else? Okay, this is your link, guys. So provided that you see my screen, you see these are the cipher modes. This is chain blocks, a cipher blockchain. This is electronic code book. This is counter, and that's something that I did in the past. You have even the initial vector that is recommended for this one. But let's say if you change it to something else, you won't have it anymore. So it's especially important for a cipherblock chain. But yeah, let's see that. Let's try it out, right? Who wants to propose the plain text and the secret key?
We can put something like, I don't know, soon is Dev Connect.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically the secret key is a key that is able to encrypt and decrypt.
Yes.
In both sides. Okay. We can put Dev 3 pack as the secret key.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to encrypt it. Okay, we need let's say, okay, we have it step through pack, Dev 3 pack. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And because we are using cypherblock chaining, this is a bit unsafe because we do not have the initial vector, but I'm not going to overburden you with this. But what we can do,
What is the optional vector?
that's the initial vector. That's something that's used for the encryption as a basis for encryption, but to improve the safety, because otherwise this type can be cipher blockchaining can be used as it can be used to be vulnerable.
Is it like when we were on Monday, choosing the padding, like 3 or 5 for the letters? Is it like this? Like basically where we start, how is the padding, etc.?
Let's say that the closest you can imagine it to is, let's say that this is like the initial state somehow, where like you do not start. You remember when we had the blockchain demo here, and it started with zeros. So we don't want that to be zeros, for example, and like we want to have initial vector that at least says something that's not always predictable, right? It's
Okay.
less prone to it is less prone to decryption that way. That's yeah, yeah. Okay, let's try the as advanced outputs. This is the encrypted text. This is the secret key, and if we decrypt it, it can say yes. Soon as Step Connect. Yeah, perfect. If you want to read more about padding, you can use this link, which cipher modes are there, why are we using paddings, more about initial vectors. So yeah, it's basically the randomization of the similar blocks that are initial ones, then with how it's out, how the whole chaining, for example, and switching of blocks begins. So yeah, why do we have key size in bits? What does that mean? And yeah, that's something you can try to you can try use this tool to just do a bit more of research, and yeah, it's you can use like this galleries counter modes, the regular counter modes, and you can even change the other encryption tools. Yes, I think they're here, and then you can use them, more of them. Anyway, let's go back. So yeah, we had plain text, ciphertext, and we got back to plain text, right? Using the same ciphertext. So yeah, pros and cons. We always need to measure them, right? So because we need some practical use, everyday use even. So yeah, they're fast, they're quite efficient. You have seen how fast they can produce the output, but the problem is, how will I tell to Lupe or Magali that, our cipher is going to be the secret is going to be dev3pack because someone can eavesdrop, right? And that's going to be a problem for us. Yeah, so how to change it? What can we do? Because usually we have Alice and Bob who communicate, and then we have Eve who's trying to be a bit evil and get all of their secrets, and then maybe start a gossip with it, and we don't want that, right? So we want our secrets to remain secret. Yeah, so historical methods. We remember Caesar from the last session, right? Where he was trying to use the pre-shared secret, or like, someone has said trusted couriers, but that was not as reliable, and yeah, prone to attacks all the time, especially, whenever you have a human factor, it will be vulnerable. Modern solutions, here we are. That's why we are here. You want to go towards ZK, towards more modern cryptography, and this is what you see. Rivershammer Edelman and Diffie-Hellman are modern cryptographic solutions that are made. I think it was like end of the 20th century. And beginning of 21st for some of them, and the versions are there are new versions of those, but because there is always something that becomes a bit more vulnerable, so people are trying to make them less prone to attacks. how does it look like symmetric cryptography, right? So we will have a public key and private key, and you were like, people are like, how is it possible, right? To have like, oh my God, like my public key is public, so everyone can take my public key. But the thing is, only you can open whatever is signed with your public key, you can open with private key. And then what you can even create something called the digital envelope. I was writing my master's on application of that, where you take, let's say, you take the recipient's public key, sign it with that, and you take your private key and sign the same message, and only that person can open it with their private key, and they can verify it came directly from you if they know your public key. So that is something that is an interesting example. But for now, let's keep it very simple, where we're going to, just acknowledge that if you have if someone signed a message with your public key, you are the only one that can open it. Yeah, so there are two algorithms that are being core to it. One of them is elliptic curve cryptography. We're going to cover it as well. I'm not sure about yeah, I think we can cover it as well today. And yeah, so let's see how we can go through it to apply it. So one of the huge applications are digital signatures. You can see them in HTTPS, like to all of the websites. You can always check their digital signature. But yeah, do you guys know any of the applications on it?
For banking, like sending like payment or stuff like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Someone else? Okay. So yes, let's see pros and cons. It is slower, but it's solving the distribution problem, the key distribution problem. So it's never without trade, right? So the Diffie-Hellman key exchange, as I said, like yeah, it's invented later 20th century. So these two guys were thinking, how can we, exchange our keys without them being exposed, by sitting in two different sides of the planet where we are not able to just handing keys and do a handshake. And it's yeah, that's like first key exchange that was actually practical one. Before that, you would need to secretly share a key, and it would mostly rely on it being in person or a trusted source or something else. And we want to make things trustless. It's relying on discrete logarithm problem that we're going to see in a while. Yes, that's what we needed. We don't want to have safe channels. We don't want to have it as a requirement. And I want to show you the discrete logarithm problem by having the color mixed. And let's see how it goes. So you see, like we have three main colors, right? Here. And if we mix two, these are the three prime colors, right? And then we have the color wheel that can actually end up in like infinite number of colors. And if we want to present them in hexa value, they will be in a couple of letters, right? Like RGB, red, green, and blue. Yeah, here, let's say that we're using primary colors as we use them in school, not as the light mixing. So once we combine blue and red, we will end up with a purple. Red and yellow will produce something that's close to orange here on this chart. Yellow and blue will end up in having green. And once you take a look at these colors, you can say like, yeah, this purple, it's usually it looks like a combination of two primary colors. Yeah, you are not able to tell exactly which blue one and which red one is giving that exact same color, especially if we're not combining the primary colors, but their derivatives that are at the end as the result of mixing primary colors, and then try to combine them with the primary colors, will end up something we see here. Something we see here in the right bottom angle, right bottom part, where like we don't know. This looks like a magenta to me, the first one, and like I wouldn't know which exact colors gave that. So, or like something like lemon green, like, yeah, maybe I can guess, but I would not be able to give like exact hexa value of that color. And because there's like almost like infinite number of colors, if we want to do it, like in nature, it's difficult to mix all of them and find where we started. And we need to have exactly, let's say, two colors or three colors, or like we need to know exactly like the amount of main colors in milliliters, for example, to get there, and not using any secondary colors. So that's the trick. It's easy to mix them, but it's very difficult to find the origins. And for anyone who's not familiar with the discrete logarithm, this is a problem. This is how we can take a look at that. Enough of chatting. We're gonna do some example, like a practical one. So we're going to do the step by step, and how it usually looks like. There is like one person, Alice. She's going to communicate with Bob, and there is someone in between that wants to listen to them and to eavesdrop on the whole conversation and to get right the key or something. And they would publicly agree on two numbers. Then they will like randomly select some prime number of theirs, and they will calculate using they will do the calculations using the first ones that they have shared publicly, and I will just show it in a bit, but this is how it looks like. So first of all, they agree on two secret first of all, they agree on two secret numbers. Two public numbers that anyone can eavesdrop on, even Eve, that, she wants to make some gossip, or I don't know, and steal their secrets. And then they elect two secret numbers. Then they do the calculations, and then they have shared trusted secret that no one can calculate, because it's based on discrete logarithm problem of the color wheel that we just had. So we will try it in practice. This is your calculation, and let's try it with the pen and paper, because why not? We have it. Someone has a cat. Yeah. So let's say I think I'll need to have it like this. You can write down with me. Let me check. Okay, I will then stop sharing, and you will see it on my notebook. So let's see. Alice and Bob. And here's some like Eve that's trying to eavesdrop on all of them. Camera is trying to follow my face, but I wanted to follow my my notebook, so I'll maybe I'll need to be like this. I don't know. Okay. So what we have here? Yeah, it's so funny, right? Okay, so let's acknowledge that there are like three people that wants to there's like two people that wanted to have a secret conversation. There's the third person who wants to join them and steal their secrets, and Alice and Bob are trying to protect against that. They are trying to agree, and they will agree publicly, on a prime modulus and a generator. So this is what it looks like: 3 mod 17. So I'll ask you to write this down, like 3 mod 17. Okay, everybody got it? Okay, let me check the comments. Eve is evil. Maybe she's jealous. Maybe she's just jealous. Who knows, right? Is jealousy evil? Maybe it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay, super cool. So it's, for me, I see it's reverted. I hope for you is not. Okay.
It's perfectly fine.
Okay, if it's perfectly fine, then all of us were fine. Okay, so Alice will select private random number, let's say 15. What she will do, she will calculate 3 to the power of 15 modulus 17. Who can say what this ends up with? What's the result of this one?
It's 3 again.
This is Alice's. So 3 to the power of 15, then modulus 17. John says 6. Alinat says 9. Louis says 6. Any other answers? Someone says 3. Then we got 6 again. And then we got 6 again. And 6 again. I would say the major consensus is 6, right? Let's write that down. Okay. So we would say it's 6. So what will happen here is that Alice will say, okay, says, here, Bob, I'm sending you number 6. You should write this down. You should write this down because I suppose I will get questions, okay? So what will Bob do? Bob will also select a private, let's say, random number, like Alice did with 15. He will select, let's say, 13 for the sake of the calculation. What will he do? He will calculate, because they have agreed to a prime modulus and a generator, 17 and 3, right? He will take 3 to the power of 13 modulus 17. What will we have as a result here? Ariel said 12, Elias said 12, Hatton 12, John 12, Magali 12. The consensus is there, right? Yes, it is 12. So we have Bob's calculation here. We have Alice's calculation here. Alice sends 6 to Bob. Bob will send to Alice 12. Okay. And what's the next thing that will happen? They will need, so they want to have, right, the secret, the shared secret. So now that we know that Alice calculated 6, sent 6 right to Bob, and Bob said like, okay, I will do the same thing, and then he sent 12 to Alice. Chat, are we writing this down in our notebooks?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Perfect. This is the core of key exchange, so it's important that you guys have it written down. So what will happen now? Alice, she got, let's say, she got her private number 15. She got 12 from Bob, right? So what will she do? So Alice will do the following operation. I don't know, like this camera got me well, okay. Alice will take Bob's public result 12 and her private key that she randomly selected in the beginning, we do remember, 15, and she will calculate like this: 12 to the power of 15 modulus 17. Chat, what is this? Ariel says 10. Luis says that. And Almas as well. Wow. Okay, now we have consensus. Yes, it is 10. Perfect. Next thing you know, Bob says like, all right, I need to do the same thing. So Bob says like, okay, you know what? Like, I will take what Alice gave me, her public result 6, and my private key 13, and he will calculate modulus 17. What will this be, chat? This one. Super cool. It's 10 again. That means that both Alice and Bob, they were able to obtain the same shared secret without revealing it to anyone. Can someone explain how is this possible? Like, how are they able to do such thing? Magic of the math. Yes, Rosia. Error in the matrix. Show it once more. Which part? Which part, John? The last part. Okay. Let me just put it again. We have gone through a lot of pages. This one. No worries. So if we remember, they have done they have public agreed on the prime modulus and the generator, that's being 3 and 17. And when the calculations are done, basically what they had is just in the reverse order. They had 3 to the power of 15 to the power of 13 modulus 17, and then 3 to the power of 13 power of 15 modulus 17. It ends as the same. It ends up in the same result. But because these two were secret, that's what they have privately elected and generated. Then it was impossible for Eve to get them, and to, it's easy to calculate this one, but it's difficult to get it from 6 or 12. That is the discrete logarithm problem. Does someone need to repeat any part, or do we want to, is there something that's unclear? I'll be more than happy to repeat any part. Yeah, magic of the math. It's really cool. Yeah. Bravo, DP Hellman. Kudos to them for this invention. No questions. How I wish I was a mathematician. Yes. It's so interesting, right? No questions at this point. I'm surprised. Okay. Let's go further. So yeah, this is what we did. We did this computations, and we have provided a shared secret. We done this for you. We checked the results. Yeah, maybe if we have time, we can assign pairs here so that you guys can share your own secrets.
That's really cool idea, by the way.
Okay. You know that you can privately message someone in Zoom chat.
So
But even though, like, you know, you can say like you can even do it publicly and like you can calculate it and you will have your own shared secret. You can just, you know, tell the other person just for the sake of checking it out. Let's do it. Do you guys want me to make pairs or you guys will find someone? Let's say that, you know, Hatun, you can find someone, let's say Hatun and Magali, Ariel and Lupe.
we were actually talking on privately and you choose us, so
You see, Tracy and Carolina. This is Solène, their triplet with Ouz, Ibrahim, and Rocio, Sarah and Almas, Tanya, and Critical A. Let's see, let's see. Sarah and Roberta, Luis and Saurabh, Tracy and Shamau, Ifelwa and Vikish, Sunday and Alienate, sorry, and John and Kojo, and Rose, you can share it with me because I'm the other one.
Is there a specification on the number that we choose as a secret?
You should let's say this is a prime. You should have a prime modulus and a generator. So it should be this will work actually for anything.
so both must be primes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You can put like 5 or 7 or 3 or
Okay.
someone said I cannot do calculations.
Have a question. When we calculate in the example, we calculate 3 modular 17 and we get 3. But let's say we get 2, for example. Then we need, when we calculate, for example, well, Alice calculates 3 power 15. Is it the 3, like the first 3, or is the result of the modulation?
I'm not sure I got it right.
When Alice calculates 3 power 15,
Mm-hmm.
which 3 is it?
So they have, in this example, they have agreed on publicly on these numbers, 3 and 17. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Alice, randomly picks 15, and Bob randomly picks 13.
Yeah.
And this is the calculations that then they're doing, like 3 to the power of 15 minus
Okay.
17, and in his case, it's 3 to the power of whatever he has chosen, ends up in this one.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm. So you can use, for example, 3 modulus and then some prime, so that you're not using like 54, an exponential to like 120 something, or like. So the first number in the equation that you are choosing, you can choose it, like you should be choose to like 3 or 5 or something small. But like when you have a private random number, then you can choose whatever. As we see from this example, Alice had chosen 15, which is not it's not a prime number, but your modulus should be prime. Was someone able to exchange secret?
It's in the process.
Mm.
Très heureux déjà. Hmm. Okay.
You can use if choosing the starting parameters is difficult, you can choose what Alice and Bob have chosen, 3 and 17. 3 is a generator, 17 is a modulus, and then add your secret.
Found the secret, but like, how can we communicate? Like, where do we can use that secret? In IS, or like where we can use that secret? Like, we found the correct, we found the same value each other.
Yeah, you got it, right?
And
Okay.
now maybe we can talk in the chat, but only we two understand. Like, how can we achieve this?
So let's say like you got like result that Alice and Bob had, like they had 10, right? So maybe you can let's say maybe you can use that like if it was like a big number, it could be used for further encryption of something using other standards, for example. But yeah, like it's a great question. Yeah, maybe you can
Going to be so small, maybe we can use Caesar ciphers, because it is going to be small, all of us going to be so small, so that
sure.
that number can be the shifted value, like something like that.
Yeah, sure. Maybe you can use Vigenère cipher based on if it's 10, maybe you can say like, okay, because it's 10, maybe you can write it, maybe you can write it, let's say, in ASCII characters. No, sorry, yeah, like you can write it in this letter TEN and then put it on top and just, add it.
Right, Magali. Oh,
Okay, everyone. With Visionaire. Oh, super cool. Yeah. Okay, everyone, we have some couple of minutes to discuss. I hope it was funny to get to do your key exchange. Let me just share the presentation back. So yeah, this is like why cannot eavesdropper compute secret, right? Because the discrete logarithm is very difficult to that problem is very difficult to resolve. And let's do some summary. So what are we using every part of modern cryptography for? So what we have is hashes for integrity and security, and for checking the genuinity of the data. Symmetric cryptography is used, as you got like the key changed, but with Diffie-Hellman, and then with your partner, and then you're using symmetric cryptography to, such as Visionaire, the cipher that you can calculate and make, your own secret chat within our Telegram group, and like no one can read that, right? So yeah, a symmetric one, cryptography, it's resolving the problem of key distributions. So you have a private and public keys. And at the end, we also have Diffie-Hellman that we tried. Like not only we have seen the example, but we worked in pairs and got our keys exchanged, and we had our secret share that only we know. So yeah, now it's the time for the kitten in the basket with a question mark. Sadly, we do not have much time because we have to go, but I'll try to answer it as soon as possible. Do anything you guys have now.
this class was so fun. So much fun behind, like trying to find it. It was amazing.
Yeah. And also, it was nice to understand how the math behind is working. Like, it's not so hard, but it's super powerful.
Super cool. We had a couple of exercises, and I really enjoyed it. Let's check chat, right? You can practice. You have a group, right? With all the participants, so you can randomly choose someone and start exchanging, messages, and then you can just communicate freely with your own encryption in chat. And like at that point, our chat we're going to turn into something that's completely incomprehensible to everyone else, and but we will be able to read that one message.
That's a good tool for gossiping. I will teach this to my friends so that no one can read, even though they got our messages. No one
You
can.
know, even if they share it, like it's going to be a bunch of anything. Super cool, guys and girls. If you have any questions, just tag me and the group, because I don't see much going on in chat. And yeah, let's try out cryptography in real world and where we want to, where we can apply it, and that's private messaging, even in public.
Thank you for the session.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you everyone for being here.
And yeah, as usual, we'll put
It was amazing.
we'll put the recording on Telegram, on Google Classroom. You will receive an email. So all good. Thanks for the animation. Literally. All right. So see you next Monday. And we will see Melissa on Wednesday next week, normally.
Monday or Wednesday was it?
Wednesday.
No, Monday.
Oh, Monday. Monday. Okay, yeah. No, yeah, the Wednesday after. All right. Good. So take care and yeah, see you next week.
Thank you.
You.
Have fun. Bye bye.
Bye bye.